little early, she can catch out of work, so they're not coming until 6:30, so us three girls will have to go find those famous burritos
Yeah.
that Jenny was telling me about, yeah. Have you seen your new neighbors yet?
A little bit.
They're doing stuff to the house before they move in, aren't they?
No, they already moved out.
Oh, okay. I know I drove by once and,
They had to do insulation because there wasn't any. That's about it. Because she remediated mold, but just left it open because you didn't know what someone was gonna.
oh, that's right, I do remember
Yeah.
that. So they went ahead and put insulation in.
Yeah. I was gone. I went to Chicago for the weekend.
Okay.
I was just getting photos of it. But outside of that, no interaction. It's not Jenny. It's not as fun.
No, it's, yeah.
But at least nothing terrible happened yet. Not that I expected, but.
Hey, Tim, how are you?
Doing okay, how are you?
I'm all right. How about you, Jill?
Okay.
Ryan, you okay?
Yeah, how are you? Good to see you.
Chief, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you, man?
All right.
I like that coat. That's cool.
Well, thank you.
That's good. In a good way.
Something a little different.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was just telling me, we didn't get together till the airport, and it was like, well, I'm at the airport, so tell me when you get to your gate and we'll sit for a while. And I had to take off from there, I went, okay.
Oh, yeah, because you can go see her at the restricted area. That's cool. Not like the old.
Just use my little badge and go through a door and go, I'm going to lunch. Concourse C, meeting up with Jen.
Not like the olden days when you could hang out anytime you want anywhere.
Oh, right after 9/11, my husband drops me off.
Now it's recording and streaming and calling it to order at 6:02.
Sure.
All right.
The roll call.
Roll call. Looks like we have President Lina, Jill, Tatum, Brian, Kyle. Absent is Tiffany Cummings. We may be expecting the counselor via Zoom. We just were able to just now send her a link here a few minutes ago. And then, is it John Prash, sir? Yep. And welcome. And again, if you have any non-agenda items that you wish to discuss, you're welcome to. You're welcome to sit there, up here, wherever's comfortable for you. So totally up to you. Otherwise, no citizens in person or online wishing to speak. Non-agenda items, you want me to do the report?
Please do.
All right, so the calls for the month of August, there was 408 total calls for service, 247 of which were dispatched, 161 self-initiated with 84 traffic stops. The busy call for our jurisdiction was last week. There was a shooting. It's on the news Sunday night about 10:15, a series of robberies that led to a shooting where a victim was shot in the chest and subsequently transferred for emergency surgery, is still in the hospital. I expected to get a status update today, but it'll probably be tomorrow. Suspect is in custody on that case as of that night. They were captured within the perimeter, and there's a series of investigative leads that caused that person to be charged with.
Did you say a series of robberies?
Series of robberies, yeah.
Oh,
Yep. In different jurisdictions and in ours, so. Otherwise, that's all I have prepared for a report, unless there's questions about it.
Anything interesting on the traffic stops
Interesting.
in general, just speeding or what?
Oh, I honestly don't know the reason for the stop right offhand. I know that there was 84. I can expand into why, but I didn't bring that. It's like a giant document, but generally it seems to be traffic control devices and speeding. The number one thing that somebody gets actually cited for is speeding or a traffic control device, which is like a red light or a stop sign violation. There are those outlying reckless driving, careless driving, equipment violations, but license violations like failed to register and
Right.
suspended. But it seems to be the initiation of the stop, probably about 70% of them are either for speeding or a stop sign, stoplight violation.
Any stolen cars?
There was, I believe there was 4 this month. So, yeah.
Oh, it's going down continually.
Yeah, 1 month. Last month we had 2, the month before that we had 0, but I think our average on that sheet is like 3.1 is what
Better
I,
than year before last one, it seemed like a lot.
stolen vehicle report.
That car that's replied to the last.
This
Change.
month there was actually 5.
Oh, 5.
2 Kias, a 1994 Subaru, a 2017 Freightliner truck, and a 2010 Toyota Corolla.
Like a semi-truck?
That's what it looks like.
Wow.
So, every once in a while,
I didn't
the
even think you could really steal.
the keys are left behind,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
That's not cool.
was it stolen from somebody's
Where?
yard?
No, I think it was an industrial address. It was
Yeah. Right, so-
2200 block of 200
That's what I was thinking
place.
too.
17.
Sounds like a commercial.
I'd like to think I could drive one of those if I tried to
Ish.
steal it.
Ish.
I doubt it.
Yeah, maybe down there by,
Nobody can drive this, I leave the key.
Yeah.
or 7th
Well, they're
place.
It's listed as vehicle
Crash
make is
sometimes back in
FRHT,
yards.
which I'm assuming is Freightliner, and then
Yeah.
the vehicle code is TK for truck. So it might not have been a big, it might have been like a 550 series, or it doesn't break
It's
it
just
down that
interesting,
far.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Do you happen to know anything about the fire that was down in the industrial area in Gresham? Off of 181st headed back this way, where all those, where,
It was just a tire factory,
it was a tire, and I,
so it just burned really bad.
I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, if you'd have been on
Same
the
day that,
road,
like, that like RV caught fire on 84, so like traffic was backed up for like 5 hours.
I was stuck in that traffic. I forget where, I was coming back from, it was on Friday. I was coming back from Salem for a police graduation, and the traffic was, it was like 4-hour drive home from Salem, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah, they had like all of westbound shut down and then one lane eastbound open
Yeah.
jeez.
at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, of course, at 5 o'clock,
And it reeked in the area.
of course,
No,
of course.
It was on this weekend.
no, this was,
Only a few weeks ago.
You know, I know that tire factory shut the freeway down, they kept everybody off the freeway and was trying to get them around and,
Oh, I do remember that now.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
yeah. I heard the saw it from a long way off, he goes, where is this, where is this? And he went, oh, yeah, okay.
Is that where Northwest Retreaders used to be and had the big fire back 15 years
I
ago?
have no idea, but that sounds like a
Yeah.
possibility.
Just kind of wondered.
do you know how it works with the Hope Team and the Reynolds land when it comes to, so there's a growing homeless encampment on the Reynolds School property on Gleason, just a tiny bit away from the elementary school.
Really?
And the property belongs to, was that the same incident that you, and then what was their, I get so many Hope emails, I forget. They said they were gonna look into it, or they said they were gonna have it tagged by Reynolds? I can't remember what he said to that one.
I'd have to look at it.
How large is it?
I mean, it started with one small tent, and there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 in there now. They even put a cone to mark the entry and egress. That's just right there.
Oh,
Pretty easy.
okay.
Wow.
But there's a lot of people that walk the kids up and down.
Those kids are walking by, yeah.
I figured they couldn't just go in since it's Reynolds land, not without their permission.
I think they can go in, I can't, I'm like I said, between, there was yours, there was another like citizen, and there was like 10 from the city, literally, like this month, so it's like jumbled together in my head. I'm trying to see it in my email, but I remember you copied me on it and I saw him respond. I couldn't remember if his response was, we'll check on it, or if it was, we know of it and it's getting posted by that appropriate district. Generally though, generally speaking, we could go on to unfenced land, walk to Reynolds and offer resources and suggest a better place to stay. But then if it was like a posting of a camp, it requires the owner to, make them essentially post their camp.
Waiting for a cleanup date to post the camp.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick question for your deputies. In the morning, my husband just saw this the other day because he usually doesn't go in this late. But people going down people going down 223rd or Fairview Avenue, where the kids are trying to get across that crosswalk, they are blowing through the yellow light of the crosswalk. Like, these kids kept pushing the button. He goes, and I suspect it's happening every day. They might want to post somebody there, because he said the kids were like trying to get across the street and cars just kept whizzing by, just ignoring that yellow light, that yellow crosswalk light,
Interesting.
Right
Yeah,
there.
I can bring that up.
by Bridge Street and 223rd. Because that's not even cool. He said they were, because we sit right there, our street's right there, and he's watching these guys going, what the heck are you doing? Boom, 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 and the kids are like hitting the button going, come on, we got a bus to catch, right, on the other side of the street.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So I wanted to bring that up to you so I didn't forget.
Speed issues around the schools in general too. I mean, I know it's more of a Gresham thing on Gleason, but I mean, I can't tell you how many fender benders I've seen. Go pick up my kid, just people just coming, just flying down Gleason, and they don't hit the brakes fast enough, and they somebody.
Where are your kids going? Oh, cool.
They're in a hurry to get nowhere, because that's what they're doing.
All right, anything else on this? No conversation. All right then, old business, October 10, shred event planning. So I did confirm with Free Geek, they're coming. I think we have everything all set up. Did we talk last meeting about who's gonna come when?
No, we said we'd worry about it this weekend.
Perfect.
I mean, this meeting.
One thing before we jump into that, I did reach out to is it Pastor Brad?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I sent him, I called him, I left a voicemail, and I haven't heard back, so I'll try it again this week.
Okay, yeah, that was a note I was gonna ask if anybody had reached out. You already have?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's Friday the 10th?
no,
Saturday the
it's
10th.
Saturday.
I think it's
Saturday, the 11th.
The 11th.
Yeah, did I put it on there as 10?
somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
I was just reading the script, man.
Yeah, that's, it is the 11th.
That's okay. And I know that Tiffany said she could work either shift, I think, in her email.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
So Tiffany's available.
Yeah, so I will try to reach out to him tomorrow. Right,
And I
as
can work
for-
whatever shift, so it's, we try to get here at least 15 minutes early. Depending on the weather, if we want to set up the tent or not. I know, who knows what October's gonna be like. September's been so dry, it's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Drive for like rain drive?
Now, our hours are 10 to 2, is that right?
Yeah.
Being here an hour early, hour late.
Or half,
Or half an hour, probably.
half hour either.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2.5-hour shifts.
Right.
So yeah, we just kind of need to see who's coming. We know Tiffany can do any, and I can do whatever, Kyle, so if,
And I'll try and get a deputy here in the morning to stage it,
Sure.
in order to be here at that 9:30 setup, if I'm not able to come myself, which I plan to. And then we gotta get, Public Works to block the street, and then remember when we break it down, we
put their stuff back.
Okay.
Yep.
So you'll
This
contact.
time I remember.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so I can be here the whole day for that. Who else is able to make?
I'll come 9:30.
Okay.
I have this family thing that day, but I think it might be in the evening, and I'm trying to prod him to figure out when it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So if so, I could come, no problem, like, said 10 or 2 are the shifts.
Yeah, so 9:30 to noon to 2:30.
So, hate to say this, but to be announced for me, but I'm planning to be at some shift, I hope. It's probably the morning.
Probably the morning one,
Yeah.
okay, I'll put your question mark for
Thank
morning.
you.
Working.
I actually switched, so I'm on night shift right now, so I will be sleeping instead.
Oh, what shift did you say you're on?
Night, so 5 PM to 5 AM now.
5 PM to 5 AM. Fun stuff. It's always an interesting shift, isn't it? Okay.
And you said,
I can be here all day, so why don't we have Tiffany come in the afternoon for sure, since Lena and Brian.
okay. All right, got it. Awesome. Yeah, I'll email everybody and let them know let them know what Pastor Brad says, but I mean, if all else fails, if we get things, we can always just bring stuff down there ourselves, I would imagine.
Right. I don't see why not. So we could just, biggest thing is that I wonder if it ended up in the new quarterly
Shred announcement.
point. I would hope so, since it was on Devery's calendar.
They usually know, right? I mean, we haven't been prompting them at all to put that into the newsletter, the shred into the.
They know of it though, for sure. I mean, I can ask them about it, but Jeffrey's the one that schedules the
Yeah.
shit, so they know. What
They
they
know.
are,
Oh,
but
okay.
they generally in the past have always put them in the water bill and then whatever it is that they
Put
do.
the little advertisement there in front of City Hall.
Yes, the.
Monday before usually.
Yeah, it's 1 week before is what they let me do, so I'll ask Public Works to do that as well.
What about that? That needs to be. Something else on the shred. What was it? That's nothing. I swore I'd have all my stuff sorted by then.
That's the beauty of a shred, you don't have to have short,
I
just
have
dump it all into.
I know, I'm about ready to just dump most of it. I can dump 20 years right here and just leave save. My God.
All right, well, Okay, I don't think that's true. Is there anything else on that? Probably enough.
I think that's all we need.
Got logistics, got our shifts,
Yeah.
got our people.
Same thing as last time. It's like-
And I have all this stuff now, so I'll just give what I need to Public Works and lay out the rest for, whoever. We'll see, either myself, a deputy, or Counselor Weber can let you guys in the morning to get the stuff that I'll have, staged somewhere nearby,
Okay.
but
Oh, here's a question for you. Sorry, this is a backtrack, because it's just now registering in my brain. For posting the vacant position, how is that going to work out? I mean, are we going to, when can we expect a replacement, I guess, is another question. Like January, or is this gonna?
I think it's sooner than that, right? I think they posted, I'm not sure if they have posted it. I haven't been to the managers meeting since then because I was in training last Thursday. So I should be able to see them tomorrow, ask if they posted it. I think it has to be posted for like 30 days, if I
Right.
remember
Do
right.
they post on the website, or where did they post?
I assume, I honestly don't know.
Well, it usually is,
I've never seen
usually is in the point.
That's the only
So if it was
place I've ever seen
finalized
it.
by like, yeah, the 8th,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, my guess is that it won't be quick, but it won't.
Yeah, maybe by Christmas.
I don't know exactly how that works. I know that these mid-span ones, we haven't had one in a while, but they tend to, because normally things expire on like a set time. So like at the same time that we have two positions expiring, all these other committees have one or two or three spots coming out. And so they all go out and then all the applications get reviewed. And then
Right.
I don't have any involvement as a staff liaison for that, but I know of it. And
Right.
then
It's usually the end of
eventually
the
like Counselor Weber kind of weighs in as the liaison to the chair. And then it has to go to the council to be approved. Once they decide, hey, we got one applicant, we want them, or we got three and we selected this person as the top choice. And then council has to approve it. And council only meets once a month, so, well, they meet twice a month, but they do that business.
On this kind of thing, I see. Okay, that's perfect. All right, I was just curious.
Yeah.
All right, next thing, the cybersecurity planning, October 29. Sure that's October 29?
That's Wednesday, yeah, I'm pretty,
Shocking that I caught that because I don't catch anything. So we better check.
Okay, so we're having a little bit of speaker issues. Yes, so Tiffany had somebody in mind, and that person or entity was unavailable. You're reaching out to the DOJ?
Yeah, and they wouldn't be able to do anything in the evenings.
They wouldn't, yeah.
outside of their hours, right?
What's funny though, because I
Okay.
ran into some people, or
And they said they could.
they said they could, yeah, just at the, I went to the state fair and I saw them, and I was like, hey, do you guys do things? I'm like, yeah, we totally do outreach, and then.
Oh, but it's after hours.
Same answer.
Which is like just so weird to me, because I'm like, I feel like any outreach position is normally like, you flex, because it's like, who's available during business hours all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And then I reached out to our speaker from last year. He will unfortunately be on the East Coast that work. So we are kind of down to, you had an offer for maybe,
My boyfriend said he'd be willing to volunteer his time, so.
and then also possibly, so we had two possible options left over here.
Yeah, when I asked when Detective Birch, who it was a few months ago, he was tentatively open to like in October, November, come in and fill like a 30-minute time slot. And I brought that back, and then it kind of, the last time I talked to him, I'm like, I don't think we're gonna need you because we have like 2 or 3 other options, but we'll see. And then now it'll just come down to if you're like, hey, it's gotta be your guy, then I just need to, like, for instance, that particular day, I just looked earlier today or a couple of days ago, when you said, hey, I reached out to the FBI and you can't do it, so it's down to these 2 people. I looked, that actual day that that our event is October 29th, and we're in Red Dot pistol range training all day that day, and he's the instructor. So I'm saying he couldn't do it, but it would be really tight, like,
Might be kind of amusing though to have him come in and continue that.
right, just straight from his range, so.
What about Kevin? He had some options. Why didn't you reach out to him? Because he had some ideas. I'm sure he would give us that.
Didn't though, I thought he.
Those failed the credit.
And
He
they,
said he was looking for a date. It seemed to me the last conversation was they needed a date.
Well, then we gave him a date and then he came
credit
back
union,
and
yeah.
said that they said no.
Oh, really? I didn't, I
Somebody
missed
from
that
credit
somewhere.
union.
Yeah.
The one up
Yeah.
the street. Although as if some sort of twisted cosmic tease, I got an email from On Point about a cybersecurity event. Sign up and learn about protect
Oh,
yourself
wow.
to these things.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to host it here? Yeah, that should be.
Yeah.
Maybe try them next year. So if your boyfriend is willing. and-
yeah, he has a presentation he already does for care facilities, so
Great.
primarily
That's-
targeted to
Sounds good and that's
bank scams.
probably
Well,
the
thanks.
best option because of the range thing. Not that it wouldn't be the better option anyway, but I just mean, I didn't even ask him after I saw that thing, like it would be a logistical thing to figure it out, like it would have to take some doing, so
Yeah.
if we have someone else that wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's willing and able, then let's do it. Can you give us a little like, so, I mean, you said he's not sworn in Gresham PD.
Yeah, he's a not sworn, they call it a community safety specialist, so he just takes non-emergency reports that don't have any suspect information. And this is just one of the things that they've put on his plate. The PIO was like, oh, I don't have enough time all the time to do these. So he started shadowing and now we'll go and do these on his own. We'll just quick, I don't know how long they are. I think 45 minutes-ish. I can ask him and double check, but
Good time.
That's a good time, yeah, because I think we had an hour scheduled for our previous speaker, but he had a ton.
and I know typically people have like a lot of questions.
There were a lot of questions. I think we were there for like an hour 20 last time.
Yeah. hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So
Did you
we,
kind of link that in with some of these scams that start out as email scams or text scams, and they get somebody to call a number pretending they're the bank, and then take it from there?
I can, I'm seeing him after this before I go to work, and I can double check with him like what his presentation is, if he's allowed to use his presentation for us, because I don't know if he's allowed to use GPD's materials outside. I don't imagine why not. And then I'll just force him to make a new one, if not, and see if he can cover those as well, because he takes so many of those calls, because they're usually like, they go nowhere, unfortunately.
unfortunately, is
So
right,
he's
yeah.
got a lot, like, he has like, he was telling me about something, a referral he does that like, I haven't even heard of it, non-emergency, like, we don't even know, it's like that IT, something 3, the I3 or something like that like, is like a national system or that database that tracks these, I don't know.
Do you mind if I
I
put his
see.
name in the, just for the
Yeah.
minutes? I've got him as GPD CS3.
Zachary, and then it's Jeffress, Jeffferis.
IS for the J.
Yeah, it's like Jeffries, but minus that second E.
Okay, perfect. Jeffferis. Got it. Okay, I'll put that in the notes that Tatum will confirm with said for October 29th. What was the time on October 29th again?
But he never settled between 6 or 6:30.
Yeah, I think we have the room for a long time.
Right,
don't
because we
speak-
had it from the room like 4 to,
Yeah, 4 to 9 or something.
Do you wanna-
Because I didn't know when it was gonna be, so maybe let Tatum get with
Zachary.
Zachary and.
He won't have a preference, so I think whatever the group thinks is best.
So you want to set a time?
You had a strong opinion, right, about the timing? You wanted it earlier in the day
No, I mean, people need to get off work.
or later?
Yeah, I mean, so I would say no sooner than 6.
Yeah.
6:30 at the latest, because people, they get home, they're either gonna eat or they're gonna go do this and eat. I mean, I'm trying to remember what time we did it last time, and I,
I think, was it 5:30 last
time-
year, and he thought it was a little early?
Yes, 5:30, we did it last time. I found my game from the last. Of
course you did. You were organized.
But, yeah, we all showed up a little after 4 and started setting up stuff. Which didn't take that long, as I recall.
No, because
What time did we do it? 5:30?
5:30
Yeah.
last year, yeah.
that was kind of his time, the FBI guy's timeframe.
There, I got a picture, 5:35.
So, I don't know, I would say the toss-up, 6 or 6:30, because,
I'm good with 6. I think
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
have a
I am now
Compromised.
downtown every Tuesday, so getting here at 5.
Yeah, they're just,
We can-
And you know, we
Work out.
had it on the exact same day last year,
That's amazing.
according to my picture.
according to your picture,
I
okay.
just happened to see
But
that.
it wasn't a Wednesday, right?
So we
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
I'm
on the
looking
6
at-
PM.
This is my
6
whole.
p.m.
And what time do we want to be here to set up? And
It was on October 29th at 5:30.
Between 5:30 and 5:45, really all we have to do is
Right?
Moving the chairs.
moving the chairs.
We're
And
basically
we'll ask,
scheduled 6 to 7.
we'll ask Devery for the snacks, because that comes from them, so.
We gave ourselves an hour and a half last time. I don't think we needed the full.
that was way.
I was gonna say between 5 and 5:30, half of us show up 5, half at 5:30.
Plus, if it runs 10 minutes over, people can leave as they want. We have the room reserved, so we'll just advertise it as Wednesday, 10/29 from 6 to 7 PM here.
Speaking of advertising, so we missed the deadline for the quarterly. Is this like a social media blast?
I did put it in my email to Deborah with the safety tips.
Oh, awesome.
I said, we don't have a time. I just said evening, October 29th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great.
Because we didn't
Thank you
have a time
very
set.
much.
So I did, or put it in my email.
Thank you. You're on it.
Thank you so much, Tatum, for
I
doing
did
it.
forget about the shred event, so I was like, when you guys said that, I was like, I think they're on it.
That
Yeah,
was,
Devery, no, that's on her calendar.
Years.
I don't think we've ever,
Told by.
I've certainly never.
I don't think we've ever.
We always get
heard that
more than enough
anyway.
people that, I mean, that's like a very well attended
Very well
event.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to really advertise much.
Yeah,
yeah.
people call asking like, hey, there's gonna be a shred event, you know what I mean? It's
Right,
like,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, in like 2 months, okay, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, 6 to 7, perfect.
I mean, I get the appeal now. I already have, I mean, I got a box of things to recycle through Geek already, so I mean, I don't blame people. Well, looking at my last year list of things that we need, so we had some signage and some flyers that we put out, put around. I mean, we have one more meeting before the event, but just to kind of run through this. So we had some signage that we put up, just sort of directing people upstairs. I recall we had folks kind of stationed around the doors to help lead everyone upstairs. We had a sign-in sheet, we had a survey, we had the poster boards, which now we can use that lovely
nice.
thing. We're not raffling anything probably this time around.
I don't think we have
Fire
any.
extinguishers.
Yeah, we had, we set cameras back.
Yeah, we still had the cameras.
But I don't, you know what I mean, like, I don't know that anybody came just to do the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that was just
It
a.
was just a fun thing that we had to get rid of.
All right, so let's just say we don't raffle anything. Just kind of like brick and mortar crap, like pens and clipboards. That was all in the stuff that we gave. Like Jen gave to me, and then I think I left it with, after Fairview on the Green, I think I left it with the,
There was more stuff
Yeah.
than what I brought.
yeah.
Is our office getting full?
What was that for, the surveys? So-
Yeah, for the survey and for like sign in, we just had, I mean, we have these tables, we don't necessarily need them, but, you know, if we got them, that certainly works out. Food and water, that was something that the city handled. Very, very light snacks.
I can ask new city manager and all that, but I'm certainly able to SO.
If they don't have snacks, I just think water would be
Yeah, we,
nice.
just water if nothing else.
And if the city won't do it, let me know.
I will also.
Yeah, we'll
We can
figure
all-
out how to make it.
Yeah, we can all pitch
Yeah.
in and bring something.
I do think, yeah, last time they were okay with it, remember they just basically went and bought like a box of chips and some water.
Stuff from Costco,
I
the
just-
day of.
Things are a little bit different,
Right.
you know. this
And
year.
that's the thing, we can go to Costco and decide on a couple of things and split it, whoever wants to pitch in and just, you know, that's easy to do.
AV is the same, I think. It's gonna be off of here, right? So, the presentation will just be hooked up to this guy, probably, again, like last time, and I imagine he will have a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Does it broadcast live? Like,
I mean, in theory, if he wanted to, if he was comfortable with it, we could it's a little bit outside of my technical area of expertise, but yes, you can set up like a Zoom call and cast that to YouTube like I'm doing right now, but also sharing your screen. Or you can not provide the PowerPoint and just have it as a live public meeting like this is, and somebody could tune in or listen to it
Yeah.
on YouTube later. It's outside my knowledge basis to know how to like cast your screen to this and put that all on Zoom and then YouTube, but just having this live like this and it's capturing it is, obviously, we do that every meeting.
Yeah, this seems to be the easiest option, to just reuse, I'm assuming you can reuse this link at any time and it will.
Right, probably, but Devery makes them, and so I can ask her to make one for that as well.
Okay.
We got another meeting too to tie that up.
One thing I remember that was a little bit of a difficult or challenge last year was that podium. That thing was hanging on by a thread.
I think it's the same
It's the same one, okay. Can I bring in some like metal braces and shorts?
Shore that podium up.
I remember sitting back there last year, just like waiting to jump, that's gonna fall. But.
Yes, yeah, most of the time, the other option is other than I mean, it's really like a speaker's option, but like we can set the room up with the stuff that they have. Like they could have a like single table sitting here where they're seated and they have their laptop and a cable running to it and they're speaking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's probably the easiest thing.
That'd probably be safer
yeah.
than that
And
podium.
you don't have to stand for 45 minutes or whatever, like.
And if he wants to get up too, then he can get up. But yeah, that podium's probably not a good idea. I did remember that when you
I
said
mean,
that.
it is, I mean, I could look right now. I mean, for all I know, there's a brand new one back there.
Well, you said.
I doubt it. But, you know, like,
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I think a table is probably
yeah,
sufficient.
and there's
for him to-
tables and chairs here, so we're obviously, we can use anything in here.
Probably just stand the whole time.
Yeah, it's important to remember, okay, either way, it's also, I highly doubt we're gonna get an attendance at that level, but we always have to say that
Fill the back room.
the fire marshal warning is like 115 or
Oh, I
whatever.
don't
It's
know
posted
about
back to the fire. Technically, I'd be very pleasantly surprised if we're like, hey, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go watch this from home on YouTube because you're the 130th person that walked in the door, but it is something that I have to mention in my plan.
Nice.
We've calculated, we'll
Right.
keep an eye on that. You know.
Right.
And the 130th person will probably be the most unpleasant person on earth. With the way that works. Okay, well, I mean, that seems pretty straightforward. I have most of the materials that would need to be printed off. I have them saved, so I'll just print off some new copies. Everything else, I think, is now in the PSAC stash. So I don't think we really have to.
After the next meeting, we'll identify like a list of whatever it is you want me to check and see, and, and I'll
Yeah.
make sure I have that.
And, oh yeah, I mean, if you want, I can send you a list. Yeah, it's just-
Sure.
Whichever works.
Either way is fine. I know what I need for the shred event that we have coming up, and then we'll meet again before this one, and we can confirm with Tatum and, kind of logistics. Are we going to use the table, and what time should we ask them to show up? And I'll have all the other stuff done.
And we had this layout last time, so you may recall.
Right.
But yeah, we had a bunch of chairs here facing that direction, some more chairs diagonally facing this direction, a couple of tables set up for.
Right, and if we're going to use this, and this is a thought, we still have time, if we're gonna use this, we're gonna want to kind of switch it this way. Because if we don't set it up right, we won't have everybody be able to view this, if he has a PowerPoint.
Well, the TV also swings out too.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay.
And if there was somebody more tech savvy than me, you can actually make all the TVs have it. I was never like trained on this building when it was set up with this tech in 1997 or whatever it was. So like, I follow like this list on the thing. It's like completely opposite of how stuff is wired in my office downstairs. But like when we come here for city council and Devery runs everything as the recorder from right there, people come up here and speak to the microphones to address council, but that's people basically come to council to teach council something that's then streamed to everyone else. But there's people in the audience, all the TVs are on and all of the screen is mirrored, so it's, you know, I mean, it is capable of doing it, it's just, it's not something.
Well, maybe we'll think about it if we want to ask Debbie how we do it.
Yeah, it's.
That way, if
it's
we
an
get a
option.
room full, we've got all of them on.
It is an option. I could at least mention it to her and say like, hey, how do you do this? Can you write me out directions or?
Is-
The best bet would be like, hey, can you just come in?
You just come in early and set it up, and all I have to do is go on, right?
Yeah,
We had probably about 40, 45 people last year, didn't we?
I think something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was very well received, and I think they, you know, a lot of people had more thoughts and I think ideas. And what we should do is have little flyers we can hand out with the shred
With the
for the cyber event.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, extra marketing, why not?
That's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah,
And
good
actually, if
idea.
we had a sign up, it would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we
mean,
have
both.
these, and we
Yes.
have things we can make a sign up to.
Yes,
But I would say flyers where we could hand them to them as well.
definitely.
I just don't know if people would love a piece of paper.
So
That
signs,
is ironic.
so signs. We've got things we can,
They're like noted, shred it, like, you know.
Like, can you put it back in my bag?
Although I just have a standard 8.5 by 11 paper.
I've got 11 by, I have, what they're pink. I have we use them on something else. I have those, the 3M sticky notepads, but they're the big ones.
Oh, big sticky note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of those. They're pink, but I've got them.
That will get attention.
Okay, I will bring them to you and write myself a note, see if I can remember. Bring for October meeting and then, or our meeting
Oh, we
afterward.
would have-
Yeah, bring,
It'd be beforehand, though.
yeah, no, that's fine.
We may need a piece of poster board to,
Yeah, we can
Stick
find
it to-
cardboard, yeah.
yeah,
I
something
mean,
like that.
because we
Yeah.
use it in the back of that's kind of flimsy,
It is
but
breast cancer awareness month too, October.
That's true.
Oh, hey.
Very
this
on,
is-
it's
we're
very
hitting all
on,
the things.
you know,
Brand, yeah.
on brand there.
We want you to be aware about that and your personal cybersecurity.
Yep.
yeah, like this is Suicide Prevention Month. And last week was Suicide Prevention and Construction Week. They have a week set aside because it's the second leading,
Is it really?
it is the second leading cause of death in construction. Yes, it is. It is. So, anyway,
Fascinating and dark all at the same time. I mean, if all else fails, I can just like one letter per piece of paper and then just put it together like a serial killer.
I have a printer that, I mean, our work printer has 11 by 17, but I can bring those.
well, I can do 11 by 17.
Yeah, but I think I'll bring these to shred and then you can tell us, because we can do 11 by 17 between Lynn and myself, because
Yeah.
I've got access to those if we need to. Don't make,
I was thinking something really big, but we've got 11 by 17.
well, I
mean-
might be able to get a hold of a plotter, but I'd have to probably owe somebody lunch. Will you plot me a couple of?
They don't even plot anymore.
That's
They're
true.
all digital.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, we could also, we don't necessarily have to go big pieces of paper. We have all of those paper plastic holders now, and those can just be set up. And they can be used as, to delineate the stations of where people should pull up. And then that way, it's like, pull up here, cybersecurity, next in 2 minutes.
Right, okay, yeah, we've got that too. So we've got some options, but I'll bring those on the shred and then you'll have that option and then we can go from there between us.
And if all else fails, I can quickly run it.
Yeah, yeah, we'll manage. Don't want to do the all else fails stuff. It's just, especially because it'll probably be raining. It's October.
Yeah, that's the downside.
This past weekend.
We got a half inch yesterday, Sunday.
Really?
Portland
It
did.
was coming down.
They got an inch in, I want to say Salem, but it was maybe the coast.
I was really glad my roof was finished.
Oh, leaky roof, huh?
Yeah, when my daughter saw the leaking, she's like, there's water coming from the ceiling. And I'm like, you better be playing a game. This better be some fairy tale game you're playing. Nope.
There's water, Dad.
Okay, anything else on the cyber event? We'll finalize logistics of the next meeting, but it sounds like we're all pretty good to go.
Be sure and thank Zachary.
He's happy to do it.
Well, we're excited.
All right, update regarding the quarterly safety tips. Thank you for getting
Yeah.
that done. I'm excited to see them in the next, whenever it comes out.
Yeah, I sent the email and then I included the date for the cybersecurity awareness event. So it wasn't a lot of free form, it was just the words. So, and then I think whoever builds it. So
Yeah.
There's,
I try to keep it semi-short. So I did one for kind of like each month.
Okay.
do we know when the next deadline is?
Yeah, I have it. I was just looking it up.
It's got to be the first week of
I
December,
think it is like the 8th, December 8th.
December 8th. So,
And that is the day, so it's always gonna be the 8th day of the month when it's in. The next one is from January to March, so that's the quarter. So December 8th. Yeah.
it'd be really good if we got some topics together and shared them with Tatum in November's meeting. That way she has them and doesn't have to come up with them.
Yeah,
In January, I would say,
January, February, March.
yeah, I would say
something.
ice,
Driving.
ice, black ice, icy conditions, that kind of stuff. That one, I would think January, February, March is kind of easy to fill in, but I think that would be, that's my thought, Kyle.
Ice driving,
You can
pipes.
literally just go to ChatGPT and say,
Yeah, I know.
give me and it'll just give you
You're like
more than you want.
Yeah.
taking my strategy. Use Gemini now, and I just said,
I use Copilot.
yeah, that's.
My phone had Gemini on it, it was driving me.
It's like the
Go to
kinder, gentler, weaker Chat.
turn it off and it's
You
like,
know,
I don't want to
it's
talk to you anymore. I
it
figured I
does
had
the
to turn it off.
same
I want to
thing
just
as
turn you off
I've
instead
had
of saying.
I've had more times where I said,
No.
really? Like,
Yeah,
that's the feedback that I got. So the county's approved AI is called Copilot.
Oh,
Just
really?
Microsoft.
Definitely a
It's
budget.
good, but it's like ChatGPT.
Well,
I do too, I'm used to that one.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about any kind of AI right now.
It's pretty crazy we can do that.
It is.
That's what bothers me,
Yeah.
is the stuff it can do. And you gotta, we had an intern for the summer, and she's graduating in December, and she's using AI to do her stuff, and I'm like, what are the kids learning when they've got AI now that they can just,
We're learning how to use
You know,
the tools.
that would be a topic for cyber.
That's
They
good.
thought the same thing once about the calculator. and
that's
what's
true.
about-
I remember, now this is gonna age me. I remember my first calculator in high school was a TI that did addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and percentages, and it was as big as the graphing calculator
Yeah.
are now. And I paid $75 for it
Yeah.
in 1970.
Made in Texas, you know, like, you know.
Somebody told me this and it made sense, like, if you're framing a house, would you use a rock or a hammer?
Yeah, yeah.
That's basically like AI's
Gotta
become
use your tools.
the tool.
Yeah, but.
It is, but are there security things we need to know?
It could bring about the end of civilization, but
Don't care.
until then, it's gonna be really good. No, I'm just kidding, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just use AI to manage your.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
been my question all along. I'd just like to know if there's anything you're supposed to do to take precautions.
Yeah,
That's
well, you
a good
definitely
question
don't
for
wanna feed it
Zachary.
information that you don't want, you know what I mean? And that's kind of why the county, why we use Copilot, because it's closed loop. So in
Right.
theory, you could take like your budget and put it in there. You would never put your like proprietary information into a non-closed loop because it would no longer be proprietary.
Even with a closed,
Yeah, but-
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, we still don't, but in theory, that's why we're using it. We still don't be like, hey, here's the most trusted secret of the sheriff's office. You know, like, we don't, we use it for like, summarize this email, giving me an executive summary of X, draw me a picture of this for my shred event graphics, you know, like, that kind of stuff.
I use it to write
Pretty
code
innocuous.
for me. I mean, that's, I would never put any DA data in there. I mean, even though it's closed, I
Yeah.
certainly know.
Yeah, most of us don't trust it yet like that, so.
And you shouldn't trust it.
Cool, you can use it to read like huge PDFs.
Yeah,
kinda cool.
yeah.
I like that.
Man, I put out a survey the other day and I was just like, please interpret these results for me.
Yeah,
Great.
there's nothing better than having like a 100-page document, like, give me a 2-page executive
That's
summary.
amazing, dude. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm dialed in on this proposal.
Yes,
Well, and I can see some of that. My concern when she's saying she's paying for she paid for the upgrade AI, whatever platform she was using, I'm like, yeah, it's a tool to use, but you're still supposed to use your brain for some of this stuff. I'm sorry, that's just me, you know?
I know.
I know. I old school, it's like,
Yep.
it's like scan, QR codes. I do orientation, I go, these I hate because I'm old school, but they're becoming a fact of life. I hate them. But this is what you have to do if you want to know what's going on in the project, because you're going to get notifications with this, and I'm like, I hate these things.
We just use it to identify the more tedious tasks that like, so like, instead of having one of my team work on that analysis, like run it to the tool and now your time is freed up to go work on some other stuff.
And then just use a human to verify it rather than crunch it.
And I get that, but I see.
I'm not opposed to it. I just think that we have to understand enough about it to try to have some kind of safety protocols.
Oh,
Makes sense.
yeah.
So I'll just put a note, deadline 12/8/25 for that. Can bring that up. I'll carry that next agenda and then,
And at the next meeting, I'll bring some artificially generated things.
yeah.
I saw the artificially generated notes that they put out on Public Safety Committee, first time they used it. Those were not stellar
Oh, yeah.
meeting minutes.
Yeah, they tried that at Troutdale when I was there too, and they were, yeah, no, it's got a ways to go for sure. That's why we don't put.
It was kind of like Dragon Naturally Speaking. I mean, it just went on and on.
I
Yeah.
remember Dragon, yeah. Like,
Dragon
oh.
was cool. That was a good thing back then. It still was far from perfect, but
Oh, it's-
far from better than.
That was about what this was.
Yeah.
And it just went on and on and on. It was not like it summarized.
The native recorder on your iPhone will summarize or will, what's it called? Type what it said, whatever that word is I'm looking for, but
Dictate?
it'll dictate your thing. And then the new Gen 4 AirPods that are coming out will real-time translate language. So like somebody can
Yeah.
speak
Now
to
that's
Spanish
cool.
and it'll
That's
translate
crazy.
what they're saying. That is cool.
That'd be interesting.
That's also a lot of trust you're putting in the machine.
Yes.
No.
But it's better than just not knowing any of it, like-
That's true, at least maybe have a general idea instead of
Interesting
no
to
idea at
think
all.
That probably diplomatic missions will be done that way. Kind of a scary thought.
Okay.
All right, well, anything else on the public safety court to? Let's move on to new business then. The August 2025 meeting minutes. Could I get a motion?
I thought they were fine. I move to adopt them.
I second it.
All in favor?
I,
Any opposed?
Whatever you use for your AI to write those minutes is very good.
yeah, okay.
All right, hereby signed. Next, community resilience emergency preparation. Sorry? I, to be fully honest, do not remember what this was about.
Yeah, there you go.
This is the,
Is
Well,
that
it's-
preparedness?
I feel like this was like the neighborhood teens, very big,
Oh,
big picture.
Yeah. I brought that up, didn't I? Yeah, because I ran into somebody from the state, and I forget which department they were from, but they come out, that's right, they come out and they do trainings for communities to build community resilience, particularly outside of Portland, since the city has their, I forget what they're called, net teams?
Yeah.
Net teams, yeah. The city has their net teams, nowhere else really does that, and the county has some work that they're able to do, but the state wants to step up a little bit more and get communities to build their own resilience planning. I know that the city of Gresham and, is it the city of Gresham that was working on their disaster prep plan that everybody else is working on as well, or?
Yeah, it's a tri-city or quad city. It's at least Fairview, Troutdale, Wood Village that are engaged with that company that's doing them. I don't remember if Gresham's in on that as well, but
I think it's a tri-city. I
I
don't
think it
remember
is.
Gresham
It's
being part of
That's
that.
the three cities,
Because I think we got a
Well, I
grant.
think Gresham did their own, maybe.
probably.
I know a long time ago when we did do a preparedness plan, we got permission to copy Gresham's.
Sure.
We went through it line by line by line and edited how we wanted it to be for Fairview, made the changes. It actually worked out really well. Then we would stand out there at those community events like Fairview on the Green, and it got where nobody really wanted to come to our booth because it was all gloom and doom, and we would try to present it in a upbeat manner, but, you know, when you start talking about the big flood, we kind of eased off on that and went into ice storms, because we always have those. Now, the same kind of preparedness could help. But some of the things that went on at the meetings were absolutely excellent, like the demonstrations for how to buy the little shortwave radios and how you could crank them and do different things so that you actually had communication in the event that everything was down, and samples of the dried food and all those sort of things. That was really good.
I mean, from my perspective and talking with other people, it's getting over that first initial daunting hurdle of making a plan. And that seems to be the place to start. So whether or not, I think what we have to figure out is what the committee wants to do in terms of facilitating, helping people to create a plan. Do we want to ask the state of Oregon to come in and, kind of like we're doing with the cyber event, do we want to host a big event or training? Do we want to see if we want to do a train the trainer and we make our own groups, or we go out to different parts of the city? You know, how do we want to tackle that?
I think having the state come in, and maybe, I just don't know about train the trainer, I get that. But then that becomes, now we're a trainer and we have to, you know, set up our, so do we instead have the state come out and maybe do a couple, one month, one another, to try to get more that,
Kind of like we did the cyber event.
yeah,
Yeah.
but try to, and just make it about step one, make your plan for that unseen emergency.
Yeah.
The ice or the earthquake, but make it ice first, because, you know, but there are other things. There are earthquakes.
Well, and a lot of those will overlap. You know,
Yes.
your power's out for 7 days because of an ice storm, and power's out for several months because of an earthquake.
Right, same kind of idea, but make
Yes.
it about just step one, how to put a plan together, because I think.
And you know, in terms of emergencies, the number one thing that's really helpful in a neighborhood is having everybody's phone number. It's the number one thing nobody ever has.
That's true.
You know, if you had a phone number for at least 10 or 15 of your neighbors, it would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Never have it.
Yeah, I've got 2 phone numbers, the guy next
I
door to
probably
me
have 6.
and the guy across the street. The guy next door to me over here, he's a hermit, I won't ever get anything. To make sure he's alive, oh, his truck is gone tonight. Just-
And sharing supplies and resources, like our street, you know, we have a running list of all the things that, like, the major things that we may need in a big disaster or event, we'll call it.
Right, it's called an event, and it makes people less freaky.
Who has what, right? Like, how many of us have a water key to shut off? And how many of us have the appropriate tool to shut off gas? And, you know, who's got a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Right, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
which is very, very useful.
But the problem that I've seen in my own research is that there are so many different lists, and I've, you know, just for throwing out numbers, I look at 10 different lists of things that you should have, and they all say something different.
Yes.
So getting the stuff that's really kind of unique to our area, the stuff, pulling in all the stuff that's the same across all the lists and the things that are perhaps a little more unique to the Fairview area, and getting that information out to people, like that would be my suggestion for what we do in terms of this, is just getting that information out of, if you're gonna make a plan, consider this and this and this as a Fairview resident or as someone in East Multnomah County, take this into consideration.
Would the state be willing to come in and talk to us as a committee to see, and we could pose our questions and,
I think they would, if.
Actually, it'd be nice if we just had a big meeting for everybody who wanted to come in town, like the cyber event, and just have them it kind of kicks off the, people talking about it, people interested in it,
and then go from there.
and then go from there.
Yeah.
See if there's some enthusiasm for it. I can tell you from personal experience of getting quite wound up about this when we used to have our big meetings, I would try to put water everywhere and, buy these, 10 gallons of water at a time and all this sort of thing. And what they never tell you in this is their expiration dates on all this. And if you use just the plastic containers that it comes in, back then, we didn't worry too much about cancer. Now we have new worries with the plastic. But I remember putting them in my house over in Hawaii and storing them, and I was so happy with I was really prepared for that earthquake that was coming over there, or whatever the emergency was. And then I went back, and they had sprouted holes and made a complete mess. Of course, it was quite warm in that closet, and all that water, it was not a great plan. So
Some mold and, oh, Lord.
hadn't really molded at that point, just kind of had that mildewy.
It was headed that
I
direction.
was fortunate.
Right.
But kind of the bottom line on it is, there has to be a better way of doing this than the way I did it. But I think that's the way most people think about it, and you have to rotate that stuff,
Right.
which then turns out to be relatively expensive.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And depending on what I learned in my own research is depending on what kind of jug that you're using, what the
Yeah.
material is, you have to be very careful about refilling it. If you're using some aluminum, for
Exactly.
example, you can't just, open it up, dump out the water and put more water in, you've introduced bacteria into the area. So you
Exactly.
gotta do it appropriately.
and then there's the idea, do you get the life straws? And have the backpacks with everybody with life straws and all that sort of thing. And the minute you think there's going to be an emergency, you fill up your bathtub with water in all these different places, you fill it up, but you've got the life straw to make good water with. I guess that's probably a better option.
And what do you do if you live in an apartment and you're maybe moving a fair amount,
Exactly.
drag around, or, drag around 10 jugs of water?
I know. Well, that's kind of the theory of the life straw. If you can get to water, it will purify it.
Even the stuff that comes out of my tap in Fairview, old Fairview, oh my goodness, we don't drink our water. Don't do that.
Well, I will reach out to the person that I spoke to and see if maybe she'd be willing to come and talk with us and just kind of help us strategize what good next steps for the committee to take. This is probably a 2026 project,
Yeah,
given up.
But I think that's a good one
I think
because
that's a good idea.
it's come up before. People have asked us about
That's right.
preparedness, and we just keep getting into we keep ending up in a hole because now we've got this going on with the Tri-Cities, but we can do our own thing with the state just to help our residents start somewhere.
According to the county, our emergency management office, our area, our biggest risk, it's not fire, not earthquake, toxic plume.
Really?
Because of, I can tell you where it is, yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Because you got this place and this place that are chip plants with
I didn't know that
nasty,
was the greatest.
nasty
interesting.
chemicals, the nasty chemicals up there. I actually did with Gresham Fire, did what do they call that when they do emergency,
Training, some sort?
we did the whole thing, schools, evacuated the schools, and it was a cloud, and the fire department, and we had people that were playing patient, we did the whole,
Like a simulation.
yeah, simulation of what would happen if we had that place up on the hill, and the nasty chemicals, shelter in place, shut the windows, do this, do that, and the other thing.
And then also the railway.
Yeah, if we had a spill out on the railway, it's right behind my house, that would be fun. Yeah,
I never thought about any of that.
Me neither. So when I'm reading through that report, I'm like, oh, well, maybe we should get some.
So what you do
with what?
with HVR systems that pump the fresh air in,
You'd have to shut them off.
you'd have to shut
You
them
would
off.
have to shut them off.
I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah, you would have to shut them off,
Yeah,
because you don't want any
No,
outside
you
air.
don't
You are
want the
sheltering in
outside air
place,
at
you are
all.
shutting everything down, and
Exactly.
you are using the air in the building only.
Yeah.
So you would have to circulate it with fans to circulate, to keep that air going, so it doesn't get stifling, because you can't have any inside air. So the HVAC would have to go on, off.
it's not the HVAC, it's the HVR unit.
Right, the HVR, whatever's bringing the fresh air into the building to even out the system.
That's an interesting thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I can see that. The second biggest is the flood off the river, but the river's been so, I'm not worried about that so much. Yeah,
Oh,
I've been here a long time. We're in the 100-mile floodplain up here, I think. At least 100,
I remember the
100-year floodplain.
1996 floods, though.
Oh, I do too, and I was in Milwaukee where it was worse. Because we lived in Milwaukee and this was right after we moved here, and I went, ugh. As I'm watching this
Yeah.
river,
Oh, the Sandy was incredible.
yeah.
We did a lot of bank repairs, actually even during all of that rain and what was going on. Then we ended up doing that huge slide up there at the side of Cascade Locks, kept thinking.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, on
Huge
84.
slide,
yeah.
yes, where the people were alerted to get out of their house by their horses going crazy outside as it started to come down the mountain there.
No time to do anything but run for your
Exactly,
life.
exactly. It covered I-84, and we were up there doing emergency cleanup, and it lasted a long time for all of the emergency cleanup. But in any event, we do need to think about some of those things.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll reach out and report back for the next meeting.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I like that for an early event.
Yeah.
Just before the weather right after the weather's really bad, say March or April, right?
But they're released from your cave cocoon and
Yeah,
come and learn about disaster.
cool.
Well, anything else for the good of the order? Made it through.
All right.
I make a motion to shut the meeting down.
Second.
Any opposed?
All right.